game tonight. But Johan Rojas for the Cardinals hitting pretty well in his last 8 games. He's hitting over 360. The bullpen, as you guys know, if you guys have been following this franchise series, you know it's been pretty good. But on the Marlins side of things, they're 47 and 77. But Eric Wagaman hitting over 371 in his last 9 games. Let's see if he can continue that success going into this series here against a really good Cardinals team. There's some league news, as you can see. The farm report for St. Louis. Gordon Graceffo in Double-A through 8 innings. He allowed 2 hits, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. J.J. Weatherholt, who's currently in Triple-A for the Cardinals in real life, he's putting on a show at Double-A. And then for the Memphis Redbirds, it's the stuff that are on the right side of the screen. But Tink Kent, number 7 prospect in the Cardinals organization, he's the number 1 prospect for the Cardinals, number 68 throughout all Major League Baseball. Would be pretty cool to see him possibly get called up going into 2026. It depends if I don't know if I'm going to continue do another season of this franchise, but we'll see. Cardinals and Marlins next here on Let's Talk Sports. Here's Jason Junk on the mound for the Marlins. 4 starts made for him this year. He's 1-2, 5.71 ERA, 1.79 WHIP, and just 4 starts this year for Miami. His most recent start versus the Cleveland Guardians, he went 3 1/3 of an inning. He allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. His best start so far came on August 7th versus the Atlanta Braves, and that was just a 6-inning start. 4 walks allowed, 4 strikeouts earned. Yeah, it was one of those types of starts. First pitch to Rojas, he fouls it off. The count's 0-1. And just like that, we are underway. Always fun whenever the Cardinals and Marlins get together. These are 2 teams that are pretty familiar with each other, especially during spring training. Both Cardinals and Marlins share the same spring training complex down in Jupiter, Florida. There's a slurve that misses ball 1. There's a handful of Cardinals players that have lived in Jupiter, Florida over the years, and I'm sure there's a lot of Cardinal fans too. There's a strikeout. Jansen Junk off to a good start as he strikes out the leadoff hitter. Got him on that slurve. I'm sure that the Marlins pitching coach has been pretty excited seeing him throw the slurve. He gets up to 81 miles an hour. But here's Lars Nootbaar hitting 262. First pitch to him is a strike. Nootbaar 67 RBIs for him on the year, 22 home runs, an 822 OPS, and a 262 batting average. As the Cardinals are, as we go along for the last couple weeks of August, there's a fly ball into shallow center. Catch is made for out number 2. Here's the rest of the Cardinal lineup presented by Southwest Airlines. You guys have already seen Rojas and Nootbaar here. Contreras in the 3-hole. Jordan Walker, Nolan Arenado, Alec Burleson, Mason Wynn, Ezekiel Duran, and Ivan Herrera, all in that order. The defensive lineup for the Marlins. First base is Nathan Martorella. Second base is Javier Sonoja. Third base is Graham Pauley. Shortstop is Xavier Edwards. In the outfield from left to right, Dan Myers in left, Victor Mesa in center, Griffin Conine in right with Ramirez behind the plate. This is a very young Miami Marlins squad. There's a fly ball into center. Catch will be made by Mesa Jr., and just like that, we're going to see this young Marlins squad come up to bat against the veteran Sonny Gray when we return. There's Sonny Gray on the mound for the Cardinals. 25 starts for him this year, 10-4. A record 145 innings pitched, 3.10 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, 153 strikeouts with a strikeout rate of 25.8%. and a 5.7% walk rate. And that's something. Here's Dan Myers. hitting .264. Hopefully everyone's having a nice Labor Day weekend or getting ready for a nice Labor Day weekend. I'm going to be home from college. Here's the Marlin lineup for you. Dane Myers leads off, Victor Mesa in center, Xavier Edwards, Griffin Conine, Eric Wagaman, Nathan Martorella, Graham Pauly, Ramirez, and Javier Sonoja, all in that order. Like I said before, a very young Marlins team. Here's Victor Mesa Jr. hitting .214. How old is this guy? Because I feel like I've been 23 years old. Wow. Seems like I've been watching him in the minor leagues for a long time. It's a fly ball into right field. Burleson has to back up a little bit. He puts it away for out number 2.
Batting third, the shortstop.
So 2 outs now.
Edwards.
And now bring in Xavier Edwards, by far the best hitter on this Marlins team. That is kind of down in the dumps this year, 47 and 77 record. I don't know if I'm going to do a franchise next year or not for, with school and everything, but if I do, I'm debating on doing a franchise with the Marlins. There's a strike, 2 balls, 1 strike to Edwards. There's a hard hit grounder to Contreras. He races to first, covers for the out. And we're going to go to the second inning. Here in Florida, no score. Cardinals and Marlins, that's the matchup here for you tonight. Jordan Walker leads off. He started off the year wearing number 18. And now he's currently wearing number 29. As you guys know, we made a handful of trades at the deadline. So I'm assuming one of them wore 18, which meant that obviously Jordan Walker had to switch his number to 29. And you guys think of any other big Cardinals players who wore 29? Fly ball into center. Mesa makes the catch for out number 1. I'll give you a hint on who he is. He was a pitcher.
The third baseman.
And I think he had a bobblehead giveaway over the weekend when the Yankees were in town. It's none other than Chris Carpenter. Chris Carpenter, of course. Here's Arenado, 0-2 pitch as he fouls off a 90-mile-an-hour slider. If you guys hear noise in the background, I have a different fan. Grounder to second. Nice play by the second baseman. That's out number 2. Sonoja is his name, playing second base, if you're wondering. Here's Alec Burleson hitting .283. There's a sinker. He takes it. First strike, number 1. Fouled away 0-2. Burleson hitting .283, 26 home runs, and 61 RBIs on the season. By far the best season of his career. There's a strikeout. And we go to the bottom of inning number 2.
Leading up for the Marlins, the right fielder, Griffin Conine.
No score. Sonny Gray returns to the mound. He had a 6-pitch first inning. Here's Griffin Conine, the son of Jeff Conine, a legend in Marlins baseball. Of course, was part of both the 1997 and 2003 World Series Marlins teams. 97 Marlins, that's a pretty fun bunch of bunch of players. Managed by Jim Leland, who a lot of you guys might know best for managing the Tigers. And before he was in Miami, before he was with the Florida Marlins, I know they were the Florida Marlins at the time, but you get what I mean. Before he was with the Marlins, he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates when they had Barry Bonds and Andy Van Slyke and Doug Drabick, Sid Bream, all those guys. But he managed a little bit with the Marlins in '97. That was when they had Bobby Bonilla. Luis Castillo, I think, was a rookie in '97. It's weird because I don't know if he got a ring for the 1997 World Series. I know he did for 2003, obviously, because he played, but that was when... Was that the year they had Kevin Brown as their pitcher? I think it was. But but the first hit of the game belongs to Wagaman. A sharp base hit up the middle. So here's Nathan Martorella hitting a .182. 1 home run, 6 RBIs. A left-hander. He is 24 years old, and he has played in 48 games. He was 0 for 4 in his last game versus the Red Sox, but a couple days before that, he was 2 for 4 with a double. Isn't that something? Nope, that's off the plate. That's a cutter. And it's taken for ball 2. In real life, the Cardinals have called up both catcher Jimmy Crooks and infield prospect Cesar Perito to make their MLB debuts, and they'll be a part of the squad going into September. There's a sinker, 2-2. It is weird. This is already the last weekend of August. Wagaman, the runner at first, 1 out. That's fouled off again. Bit of an overcast here in South Florida. Cardinals will be playing the Rays after this. Just kind of watching my clock. It's 2:35. I'm going to leave my grandparents around 5 o'clock so that way I can go to the football game. My old high school, they have their first game tonight. Obviously, I'm going to try and go to it because, well, that's what I do. There's a strikeout. That's the second of the night for Sonny Gray. And now bring in Graham Pauley.
The count.
Pauley hitting .223, was an all-star in this year's MLB franchise, or in the franchise he was an all-star. The lone representative for the Marlins. Kind of surprising that Xavier Edwards wasn't an all-star because he's having a really good year. 0-2 pitch, and Pauley takes a sweeper. That's outside for ball 1. Cardinals will have the bottom of their order due up in the 3rd inning. Mason Wynn, Duran, and Ivan Herrera who's behind the dish. Drop 3rd strike. Herrera throw to first. It pulls Contreras away from the bag. So Graham Pauley is aboard on a wild pitch. If you kind of see where Contreras is, he wasn't really covering the bag at first before Herrera made the throw. With 2 outs, runners on. 2 on, 2 out for the Marlins. Here's Ramirez. hitting a .199, 8 RBIs, and 28 RBIs. That's fouled away. The count is 0-2. Cardinals start will be in Florida all this week. We've got the Rays after this, and then we'll be back at home to play the Pirates. And we'll be playing the Reds. But Sonny Gray gets out of the jam, end of 2. Here in South Florida, no score.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the shortstop,
Mason Wynn leads off for the Cardinals here in the top of inning number 3. And then it'll be Ezekiel Duran and Ivan Herrera to follow. First pitch fouled away.
Ball one.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Fouled away, 1-2. Wynn flies out for the first out. Fouled away once more.
One ball.
A 1-2 to Duran. He takes a sinker.
First base.
Out of that, hit him. So Duran will win a free pass to first. Here's Herrera.
Safe. Aye. 0-1.
Runner at first, 1 out. Here's Herrera, 0-1 count. There's a slider taken. First strike 2. Herrera 0 for 4 in his last game. Just outside for ball 1. Yeah.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him.
The batter, the center fielder, Johan Rojas.
Aye.
Two outs, here's Rojas. Rojas strikes out, and we go to the bottom of the third.
Leading off for the Marlins, the second baseman, Javier Sanoja.
Javier Sanoja leads off for the Marlins here in the bottom of the third inning. He's hitting .296. The number 17 prospect in the Marlins organization. He's hitting 22 years old, utility player. He's only played in 15 games this year. And he's putting up solid numbers in that small handful of 15 games and that small sample size. Putting up solid numbers.
Ball one.
Fastball up high, 1-2. Grounder to short, win, throw to first in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, Jay Myers.
1 out, here's Dane Myers.
Yeah. 0-1's the count. Ball. 1-1.
One away. Here's Dane Myers once more. There's a cutter, 1-2.
Ball, that's out.
Sweeper misses, 2-2. Myers strikes out, 2 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Victor.
2 outs, here's Victor Mesa. Hitting .213.
Ball, that's just out. Ball 2.
Ball 2 to Mesa. Or to Mesa Jr. Big swing and a miss, 2-1.
2-1.
Cutter, strike 3 call, and we go to the 4th inning. Here in Florida, South Florida. No score.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the left fielder.
Marlins pitching staff throughout this season has not been the best. 28th in Major League Baseball in innings pitched, whip, hits per 9, and walks. They're also, what happened? Up, I couldn't see the graphic. But Newpwire pops up to the first baseman for out number 1. I'll admit it's taking a while. I don't know why, but it's taking me a while to get used to my TV again. Because what happened, so when I moved to my apartment, to my dorm, I took like a little TV that I've had since I think I was in like 7th grade when I got it, or when my, so it's kind of an older TV, and the TV that I'm using right now, this is a Samsung TV. I think my dad had this TV at one point, and then I had it. Like I've had this TV since high school. So this TV's a little bit older also, but it still works pretty well. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Junk to Contreras. He fouls it off. In the middle of doing the MLB Immaculate Grid. So we have Padres and Blue Jays, Padres, Rays, and then only one team. Then the White Sox, and then born outside the U.S. DC. So I got all that. I'm just trying to think of White Sox and Rays players, and then players who have played for one team. Like who have played for the White Sox their whole career. Trying to think of that. Grounder to short, 2 away. White Sox and Rays.
The designated hitter, Jordan.
Oh, James Shields. There we go. James Shields. 27% for James Shields. Now I'm just trying to think, who are guys that have played for the White Sox their whole careers? I want to say Luis Aparicio, but I feel like that's going to be wrong. It is wrong. Oh, I can keep guessing. Perfect. I'm just going to say Luis Robert because I have no clue. Like, who's played for the White Sox their whole career? Luis Robert was the most popular answer. That's funny. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Only one hit in this game for the Marlins, and that's pretty much it.
Leading off for the Marlins,
Jason Junk in his first 4 innings has had 3 strikeouts so far. Sonny Gray on the Cardinals side. He's got 5 strikeouts on the night. There's a strike to Edwards.
0-1.
And the count is 0-1. All right, let's see if we can do another Immaculate Grid.
Nope. Ball 1.
All right, we've got Cubs, Nationals, and played first base, and then Pirates, Mariners, and then a 40-plus WAR. Xavier Edwards with a base hit in the left center field. That's the 2nd hit of the night for the Marlins. An 86-mile-an-hour sweeper goes into left center field. Or it gets past the shortstop Mason Wynn. And so that'll bring in Griffin Conine 0 for 1. There's a strike 0-1. See, Cubs and Pirates. We'll go with Aramis Ramirez. Okay. Cubs and Mariners. Ooh, Milton Bradley.
Nope. Outside.
That's a fun one. He was on the Cubs, I think, for like 1 season. Milton Bradley, if anybody doesn't really remember him, he was kind of I feel like he was kind of a controversial guy, especially when he was with the Cubs. Runners going, throw down by Herrera, and Xavier Edwards picks up stolen base number 28 on the season. Don't know if it's just me or not, but it seems like a lot of guys, they steal quite a bit off of Herrera. But when Pedro Pages is behind the plate, they have not really seen a lot of guys steal off Pedro Pages. 3 balls, 1 strike the count to Conine. There's a strike, 3-2. Okay, 40-plus WAR on the Cubs. Sammy Sosa, maybe? 16%. Okay, so for the Nationals, Conine ball 4. Let's go Guerrero. Nationals and Mariners players. Who's played for Washington, Seattle? I would say Milton Bradley because he was technically an Expo. but I already said him for Cubs and Mariners, so Nationals and Mariners. Oh, Fernando Rodney. Fernando Rodney. Perfect. And the Nationals and Pirates. Not too sure. Here's Wagaman. 2-1. Nobody out for the Marlins. Xavier Edwards is the runner at second, and Conines is the runner at first. One-two pitch. There's a base hit up the middle. Edwards is rounding third. He's coming around to score. Throw to the plate, not in time, and it's 1-0 Marlins. Wagaman with an RBI single up the middle. Xavier Edwards, he can fly around those bases. Able to score from second with no problem. So the Marlins jump out to a 1-0 lead. Here's Martorella. Flies out to Nootbaar and left for the first out here in the bottom of inning number 4. I'm trying to think. Pirates and Mariners. Why do I think of Expos and Pirates also? Trying to think of Expos and Pirates. Man, this is tough. Like, really tough. Here's Crampoli.
0-1's the count.
Crampoli 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second inning. Pirates, Nationals. Oh, Josh Harrison. There we go. And then played first base, Pedro Alvarez. Where is he? No, not Francisco Alvarez. Pedro Alvarez. And then Tino Martinez. There we go. All right, 0-2 pitch to Pauly. Sonny Gray struck him out his first time up.
No, inside.
Curveball 2-2. Two pitch out to left. Nootbaar tracks it down once more. Runners will stay put.
Now batting the catcher.
Once more. And there are 2 outs. We come back for the 5th inning. The Cardinals will have Arenado, Burleson, and Mason Winall due up. There's a sweeper. And it's 0-1. The count to Ramirez. I want to give out a quick shout out to my good friend, Ultra Sports Network. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's kind of a sports commentator, kind of like I do, like me. He does like a lot of video games, like MLB The Show. He does Madden. He does. He even does like Japanese baseball. He does cricket. He does soccer. His most recent video was a game he did was 13 days ago, about a couple weeks ago. Padres and Dodgers.
We got a full count.
Counters Folder Ramirez 3-2. Javier Sanoja is on deck for Miami. Fastball, strike 3 call, and we go to the 5th inning. Eric Wagaman picks up RBI number 1 of the day for the Marlins. End of 4. Marlins up 1-0 against St. Louis. 1-0 Marlins as we go to the 5th inning here in Game 1 of a 3-game set. Marlins and Cardinals. Here's some news and notes around the league. Luis Robert Jr. hits his 100th career home run. Hunter Green fires 7.2 innings of no-hit ball. And Cincinnati Reds win versus the Milwaukee Brewers. And Max Schumann continuing to be awesome for the A's. I'll tell you what, the A's this year, say what you want about their owner, but like on the field, they have a lot of talent. Lots of young talent to be excited about, kind of like the Marlins in a way. But Nolan Arenado picks up his first hit of the night, which means Jansen Junk, who had a no-hitter going into this in the 5th inning, has lost it. Burleson in the center. Mesa makes the catch, and that's out number 1. One away. Here's Mason Wynn hitting .223. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out here tonight. I don't know if Ultra Sports done any Cardinal games this year. I don't know. Runners going, throw down, and Arenado is out by half a mile. Two outs now. Here's Mason Wynn. Fly ball into center. Catch is made. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Leading up for the Marlins.
1-0 Miami is the score. So we go to the bottom of inning number 5.
Nope, foul ball.
And Sonny Gray picks up strikeout number 7. I apologize for this kind of the dead air. I'm also trying to get ready for a high school football game here tonight. Grounder to short. Nice play by Wynn for out number 2.
Fielder Victor Mesa Jr.
Two away. Here's Victor Mesa. Bottom of inning number 5. Nope. It's 1-0 Marlins. Thanks to an RBI single hit by Eric Wagaman.
Ball 3.
3-0 pitch to Mesa. Xavier Edwards on deck. Already has a hit tonight and scored on that RBI single that we were just referring to. 3-1 pitch. A fly ball into left. Into 5 here in Miami. Score remains 1-0 Marlins.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the second baseman, Ezekiel.
It's 1-0 Marlins as we go to the bottom, or as we go to inning number 6. Ezekiel Duran, as you can see, has better numbers this year versus right-handed pitchers. We'll take another shot at Jason Junk. Grounder to third. What away.
Now batting, catcher Ivan Herrera.
One man gone. Here's Ivan Herrera. Grounded out to third his last time up. There's the fastball, strike one. Herrera originally signed out of Panama. Panama, that's the home country of the great Mariano Rivera. There's a grounder to first, and that's at number one, or at number two.
Now batting, the center fielder, Johan Rojas.
There's a base hit in the right center field gap. Rojas will settle for two.
Now batting.
It's his 14th double of the year. Dupar, grounder to Edwards. And we go to the home half of inning number 6. Score remains 1-0 Marlins. Jason Junk having the best game of the season so far. The NL East standings, Marlins 31.5 games out of first place. 47 and 77. The Phillies, Braves, and Mets all above 500 on the NL East. Cardinals, of course, 105 wins in August. Of course, the Cubs, the Reds, and Brewers, they're all hanging in there. Xavier Edwards, who is 1 for 2 here today, comes up for the third time here today. Zach Jackson and Anthony Banda both warming up in the Redbird bullpen. Zach Jackson, who missed some time with the little injury. He was on the 15-day IL. He's been back for a while, but in case if you guys were ever wondering where he was. 2-2 the count. Throughout this franchise, we haven't really had a lot of big injuries, it seems like. Lars Nootbaar was hurt for a little bit. We had Ivan Herrera on the IL on a couple times.
The right fielder,
Andre Palante, who we traded, he was on the injured list for a little bit, and then same thing for Zach Jackson.
Counts 1-0.
So those have really been the only times where we've had guys get hurt in the big league level. Now in the minor leagues, we've had a few guys get hurt. Nathan Church, who just got called up in real grounder to Contreras. That's off his glove. Throw to first in time for out number 2.
the designated hitter.
That's a very debatable call, but what a nice play by Contreras. He's able to recover for the out. Had a hard time with this ground ball at first, but he's able to get the throw over to Sonny Gray, who gets there in time to help him out. But as I was saying, so going back to injuries in this franchise, Nathan Church, who's someone who got called up not too long ago in real life for the Cardinals. He was hurt for a little bit. Tim Kent, in this franchise, he's out for the rest of the season. Had a shoulder injury, I believe. Here's Wagaman. That's a liner right back to Sonny Gray. And we go to the 7th inning. Cardinals need to get something going. All they have were 2 hits tonight. 2 hits. That's all the Cardinals have. And then they also had, yep, that's pretty much it. 2 hits. One from Rojas, one from Nolan Arenado, and then Ezekiel Duran was hit by a pitch. Jason Junk is still going here in the 7th inning. He is just cruising through this Cardinal lineup. Anthony Bender and Jesus Tinoco both warming up in the Marlin bullpen. There's a slurve taking 1 ball, 1 strike. Only 60 pitches thrown by Jansen Junk. As we head into the top of inning number 7, there's a curveball taken for ball 2. It's currently 3:09, which means I leave in about 2 hours. Contreras takes a strike. It's 2-2.
I got 3-2. That's ball 4.
Now batting, designated hitter Jordan Walker.
Oh, 1 pitch to Walker, 0 for 2. There's a fly ball to right, Conine back, and this one is gone. A 2-run shot for Jordan Walker. And the Cardinals take a 2-1 lead. Home run number 28 of the year. And Jansen Junk's night is done.
Number 62.
George Soriano comes in out of the Miami bullpen. Cardinals now all of a sudden take a 2-1 lead.
No, that's low.
2-1 the count to Arenado. Cardinals now have a 2-1 lead thanks to Jordan Walker, who hadn't really done anything at the plate until just recently.
That's ball 4. Take your base.
Now batting, the right fielder, Alec Burleson.
And ball 4 to Arenado. Here's Burleson. That's a high fly ball to left field. Mesa going back, he tracks it down for out number 1. Going back to first is Arenado. I've heard that name be pronounced a lot of different ways. Arenado. Arenado, like orthodontist.
Ball.
There's a fastball up high to Mason Wynn, 1-0. I know a few people who are actually going to school to be orthodontists. Why they chose that career path, I'm not too sure. But what I am sure about is Graham Pauley is going to make a throwing error as he tried to get the out at second, but it got over his head, went into right field. And so the Cardinals will have runners at first and second. Take a look at this again. Nice effort, though, by Pauley. It was a nice dive. Tried to get the throw over at second. Unfortunately, it just did not go his way. I'm trying to think. George Soriano, this is his third season with the Marlins. He's also having, this is his best season. Surprised he was not traded at the deadline. But here's Duran, grounder to Wagaman. He makes up for it. He tags out Arenado. And he gets the throw to first with no problem. But we go to the bottom of the seventh. Jordan Walker makes it 2-1. Jose Alvarado first up out of the Redbird bullpen as we go to the home half of inning number 7. Here's Nathan Martorella.
Ball 1.
Cutter up high, ball 1. Alvarado, one of the many trade deadline pieces Cardinals got at the deadline. Jose Alvarado will vest Shane McClanahan, Yohan Rojas, Weston Wilson, and Tyler Fitzgerald. Those are the 6 additions that came over from the deadline. There's one foul away. It's 3-2. No, Earl. Martorella out to center, and that is first stat recorded here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's Graham Pauley. For those of you interested, when I first started doing live streams, MLB The Show commentaries on MLB The Show 20, I believe I did a game where with the Marlins and the New York Mets, it was at Chase Stadium. The Marlins, of course, were wearing the Florida Marlins stuff. The Mets had their 1998 jerseys on. It was a fun game to do. The Marlins, I believe, won that game. I'm trying to find it. It was a really fun stream to do, too. It had like 79 views, which I know is nothing for some people. But for me, that's still pretty good. Count is 3-1. Now it's 3-2. Paulie strikes out. That's out number 2. My grandparents' dog keeps barking again. And whenever she does the high-pitched bark, I have to like mute my mic.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 pitch. Ramirez fouls it away. One and two the count. To Ramirez.
That's a ball.
That's low, 2-2. Alvarado has his sign. Grounder to Durant, throw to first in time. And we go to the 8th inning. Cardinals lead 2-1. It will be Herrera, Rojas, and Nootbaar all due up. Here's Anthony Bender. First up out of the Marlin bullpen. I want to see something real quick. Anthony Bender's 30 years old. Dang, that's crazy. I wanted to see Pedro Paz's numbers versus righties. Oh, he does better versus lefties. Okay. Forgive me, I don't know why I was looking that up. But here's Herrera 0 for 2. Sweeper taken for strike 1. We've been live for 57 minutes. So this might be kind of a quicker stream. Then again, most of my streams are like an hour long. 13,226 people in attendance. Dang, that's crazy. Base hit into right field for Herrera. I mean, wonder if there's anybody else pulling up those attendance numbers. Definitely not the team that I'm doing this franchise with, or that I'm playing this for franchise. Definitely not them. No, what are you talking about? Cardinals always do good when it comes to attendance. Here's Rojas laying down a bunt, and he pops up right to Mortarella. Herrera goes back to first. Here's Nootbaar. I don't know if Rojas meant to do that himself or if the manager told him to do it, but yeah, it was not a very good effort for a bunt there. Calvin Faucher and Tinoco are still warming up. Here's Nootbaar. Hitting 260, he's 0 for 3. A fly out, a pop up, and a ground out. And 3 trips to the plate. Strike 3 call, and Herrera's out, so there's another double play. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. Well, actually, never mind, strike 2. Nootbaar takes a sweeper, 2-2. Nootbaar jams it. And the left fielder, Dane Myers, catches it. Will Vest next up out of the Cardinal bullpen.
Now pitching for the
Cardinals lead the Marlins 2-1.
Number 19.
Thanks to a 2-run homer hit by Jordan Walker. Cardinals are now 6 defensive outs away from winning this game. Trying to see real quick, what was the final score from when the last time we played the Marlins? Final score of that game, ironically, I think it was 2-1. Pretty sure it was. I'm not too sure. I'll have to look up that from when the Cardinals, when we did the stream in St. Louis. By the way, 0-2. Sonoja strikes out to begin the bottom of the 8th.
batting, the left fielder, Dave Myers.
Now the final score is 3-1. That's right, because it ended on a walk-off home run hit by Jordan Walker. Here's Dane Myers 0 for 3. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to just quick sim the rest of this game. But
Ball one.
there's a slider.
I got a ball, one strike.
1 ball, 1 strike. Base hit to right. And Dan Myers has his first hit of the game. Pickoff throw to first. Myers goes back safely.
That's a ball.
Mesa with a strike, and it's 1-2. Mesa 0 for 3 here tonight. 1-2 pitch. Strikes out.
Now batting, the shortstop,
I'll be right back.
Edward.
He's safe. One ball, 2 strikes.
Now pitching for the Marlins, number 38, Jesus Tinoco.
Ball that's outside.
Jesus Tinoco. Next up out of out of the way, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilson Contreras 0 for 2 here today. There's a slider hit in the air to left center field. Myers goes back, and it's a home run. Wilson Contreras. Home run number 25 of the year, and it's 3-1 St. Louis here in the 9th. Here's Jordan Walker, 1 for 3.
That ball's foul.
Granter too short.
Out.
1 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Hey.
There's a strike 0-1 to Arenado.
Ball. That's inside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Up next for the Cardinals, the right fielder.
And Arenado with a base hit. Past Graham Pauley into left field. It's a 1-out single. Here is the one and only Alec Burleson.
Hey. 0-1.
Go-to pitch from Tinoco.
Ball.
Takes a slider, 1-2.
Two balls. Two strikes.
2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes is the count from Tinoco. That's into right field. Conine will make the catch, and that is at number 2. That will bring in Mason Wynn.
Mason Wynn.
The runner at first is Arenado. One hopper, Pauly.
He's out.
Bottom of the 9th, here we come. Ryan Helsley will get the save. Wilson Contreras, the nice little solo homer of his own, to make this a 3-1 St. Louis lead. Ryan Helsley will pitch the 9th. 51 saves for him on the year on 55 opportunities. You guys don't mind me, I might play as Helsley here in the 9th inning.
0-1's the count.
51 saves for Helsley. Matt Stram with 36. Tanner Scott 34, and newcomer Will Vest, who came over from the Tigers, with 33 saves on the year. Griffin Conine 0 for 2 here today. There's a fastball. Helsley picks up his first strikeout of the day. That he has, how many strikeouts does he have? He has, weird seeing him in a Mets jersey, 98 strikeouts for him on the year.
The designated hitter, Eric Wagaman.
2 away from
0-1.
100. Fouled away, and the count's 0-2 from Wagaman. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 9th. Two outs. Here's Martorella. Fastball 1-2. Or 0-2. Last chance for the Marlins to try and keep things going, and a 12-6 curve struck him out looking. And just like that, the Cardinals win it here in Miami. A 3-1 final will score. A pair of home runs, a 2-run shot from Jordan Walker, and then a solo home run in the 9th inning from Wilson Contreras gets the job done. Ryan Helsley picks up save number 52. And that's all we got for you here today on Cardinal Baseball. For Let's Talk Sports, I'm your man Josh Wright signing off. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Stay safe and don't do